I'm going to come in here and see what damage I can do, but I got zoned out just a little bit by Orianna, and we have an ultimate coming in. Dr. Major just might get the stun. Nope, no stun for you. Tristana with the double kill, and there is the triple.
Make the ground shake.
What's up guys, Colby Cheese here, and welcome back for yet another League of Legends commentary. Today we are going to be playing some AP Lulu mid. This was a game that I actually played with friends of mine, and so normally I just do like a ranked game commentary, but this one was such a good game that I thought, hey, this is a good chance to showcase one of the new upcoming metas, which is playing those supports in the middle lane. Back in Season 3, it seemed like everyone was just playing Assassins mid, which is my favorite because I am a big fan of Assassins, if you guys know already. Now, I do want to give everyone a big thank you for helping me out and supporting with your comments and your feedback, because I've been reading all of your comments. I'm going back several days of videos and reading all of the messages that you guys send me as to what heroes you want to see, as well as the type of videos that you guys like seeing also. So I'm trying to mix it up and kind of get that balance just right. I know some of you had mentioned you want that old school full game commentary that like I used to do, so maybe I'll do that where I basically edit the video and just speed up certain parts, but overall show the full game instead of cutting out parts of it. So without further ado, let's jump into the game. Okay, so how's it going, everyone? We will be playing the lane against an Orianna, so I thought that this would be a good matchup for me. I've been seeing a lot of really strong Lulus who play either in the top lane or the mid lane, and a couple of other things that you don't normally, or in the past I didn't normally see being played in the soul lane, unless it was kind of either a little bit trolly or perhaps a little bit of a just somebody that was really good on a support champion. Like I've seen those Karma tops, which, you know, have a decent win rate and stuff like that. But now after the remake, of course, Karma's more of an AP that is also decent at being a support. I don't know, it's really weird. But in any case, this game is all about Lulu, so let's just see how I do. Now, I've never actually played much Lulu. I've played her before, but I haven't really played her extensively, so I'll probably be, you know, a little bit rusty. Well, not rusty so much. Maybe not as strong with certain mechanics, but I understand the general idea of playing her from all of the games that I've seen. Overall, some of the best things that Lulu can do in the lane phase is just sit there and poke crazy amounts with that slow, using the picks or whatever. I guess it's not help picks, that's the one where you put the shield on yourself. But, you know, whenever I put the picks on top of a minion, then I can get closer with that little burst of ranged damage, and then the slow makes it extremely powerful for me to get in there and actually do some, I guess, do some poke and catch people whenever we get into teamfight situations. Overall, the idea for me here is that, you know, I'll get as strong as I possibly can on Lulu, but getting into the late game, my goal is to support our Lucian and potentially our Nasus, or wait, sorry, that sounded retarded because that's the enemy team, sorry. Support our Tristana and our Xin Zhao, because those are the ones that at least I'm expecting to be kind of hyper tanky carry. And there we go. That was actually a pretty good gank. He didn't kill her or anything, but he did quite a lot of damage, causing her to be at a disadvantage in lane, especially since she is pushed up. So I can kind of bully her right now. I'll be able to win any full-on fights that we do, as long as I don't make any mistakes. And so this is where I should probably be a little bit more aggressive than I decided to play at this point, just because you know, she is gonna start getting her life back overall, and I want to, you know, she probably wants to get those minions and then get the heck out of there. Although she is, you know, actually she's in a pretty safe position now. If I had bullied her a little bit earlier and tried not to push up as much, that would have been the better situation. And that is something I'm still kind of working on, is controlling the lane and learning how to be, you know, a little bit more aggressive. So here we go. We have a Nevelin gank, so I did need to get the heck out of there. And now the tides have turned just a little bit. Now I'm lower mana in life, and she has the potential to be able to bully me. So she should be up in my face, auto-attacking me as you know, Orianna is known for having really strong auto attacks and stuff like that, so she should be bullying me right now. And that's just something that I've noticed after playing. I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up a little bit. I do forget that I am watching a replay, and I can do that. So we have Burning Guard Reed over here. He is doing a little bit of work in the enemy jungle. I think he was trying to catch that Eve out. I wasn't able to really do crazy amounts. I had to flash that. I did not want to get hit by that Morgana binding. That could have been really disastrous if that had landed on me. Alright, we're going to pick up a Chalice as well as that Pink Ward. This is something that I do very consistently nowadays, and it works extremely well, and that's to pick up that Pink Ward on any character that I play. It seems like I am one of the only ones that do it in my group of friends, but I have to sit there and yell at everyone else to do it. But you put that Pink Ward down in that bush, and it's going to stay there for a very long period of time. Unfortunately for me, she actually followed me down and killed it right away. That was one of those rare cases where she actually walked into the bush. Another spot I can put it is right a little bit north of me, so you know, right over here I can put it. But that was a pretty good fight. I'm sorry, I just kind of skipped that fight because I was talking about warding. So let's go jump back, and I'll actually talk about what happened. So we got into a little situation where we were at the dragon zone, but I did not get a chance to save Xin Zhao, unfortunately. But I was able to do quite a lot of damage to Orianna. She kept chasing me. She was a little bit more confident than she needed to be, and I was able to take advantage of that. Lulu's damage is very deceptive because you're like, oh, it's just a support. However, her AP ratios and her base damages work very well together. As long as you land everything, it's very powerful. So let's speed that back up. Okay. I'll probably pick up a pink when I get a chance to. As you can see, already picked up another one. I'm not going to give up. I mean, obviously I don't want to spend a crazy amount of gold if they keep killing it right away, but for the most part, those pinks work out extremely effective once I get it laid down there. Now, this is a really nice creep wave for me. I actually got back just in time to pick up all of these creeps, and I haven't really figured out the best way to farm on Lulu effectively with their spells early game, but later on I'll get enough AP to where I can just completely crush out the back wave, so whenever they're running in a line, I'll be able to kind of put down that straight up damage and get them. I should look at the name. Glitter Lance! There we go. That's the cool thing about watching replays. I can never remember the name of spells whenever I'm watching games that I record live and then commentate later, but for now, I can actually just mouse over it, so that's fun. Glitter Lance! Okay, cool. Anyhow, one thing that I haven't been doing early on in this game, and I think I do a little bit better later on, is that I use the actual Whimsy on myself a lot to speed me up, but I always forget to use it on the enemy in order to, you know, turn them into a critter, because that really does affect them. They can't do damage for quite a while. We do have I was trying to say his name. I'm just going to say Xin Zhao. We do have Xin Zhao coming in to kind of chase down the Orianna. He needs to be careful because we don't know where most of their team is at this point. And there it is. He runs right into them. That binding just landed right on the corner. Really unfortunate that Orianna got the kill and the double buffs there. That's going to make it a little bit more difficult for me to, you know, kind of at least stay even or beat her in the lane. You notice she's actually already like 20 CS ahead of me, so that's not good at all. Alright, let's take a look at what I picked up. So I got myself a pair of boots. We almost have our full chalice built up. The Athene's Unholy Grail, whatever you want to call it. Alright. And Kenan's just kind of holding down the lane for me as he kind of has an unfortunate situation where it looked like he was doing alright against Nasus, but Nasus is freezing the lane extremely well, and that's actually bad for our Kenan because the Nasus is going to have no problem coming back and building that up. So yeah, he's just kind of put himself in a bad situation where we either need to push all the way to the turret and even back the lane, or we need to gank that Nasus, but right now we're kind of just letting him freeze it. And the only way to get that unfrozen is to keep it, you know, shoved to the turret until it's completely even back up. And then even then, it's going to still take a while to kind of come back at that point without Nasus actually shoving it himself. But here we go. Here's a nice stun onto the Orianna. Enough for me to get in there, get my Glitter Lance on, and easy timing picks up the kill. So that was a great gank on his part. And that's exactly what we need. You know, even though we can't really deal with Nasus, I guess, for the moment, we at least put some pressure somewhere, and so he's making his presence known. Now the bottom lane seems to be having a little bit of issue as well, but overall it looks like we just lost our Gragas. We should be okay for now. And here comes a gank as the Morgana runs up, but we did have vision of that, so that is going to be fine. I get out of there, use the ultimate on myself. Now, that's not going to be able to get the kill for them. In fact, they're on the run now that we have Burning Garria here, although he runs right back into that ultimate from Orianna. I don't think that even is enough. Yeah, she's not nearly strong enough to kill him. So he's actually in a really good position. But with Lucian, yeah, we definitely do not want to fight with Lucian at half-life. I have no mana left, and so I'm going to just get the heck out of there. So let's speed that up as we're waiting. So far, they are just a bit ahead on the kills. They're not at an extreme advantage, but if we can get to some team fights, I think that we have overall the better team fight composition because we have good AoE. Kinnick can rush in, I can ultimate him. Gragas can rush in, I can ultimate him. Or I could just save that for Tristana to keep her alive. We have a lot of escapes. We can jump into fights and we can jump out of fights. And I think that overall that, oh shit, that's not good. So Devlin now, our support, Gragas, is getting a little bit of his life chunked away. He got caught just a bit. They are looking to contest this dragon, I think. And so there's my pink. I think that, well, I guess I thought they were a dragon. They are not a dragon. Had to take a sip of my water there. All right. So this laning phase is pretty still. There's not a lot of craziness happening overall. I mean, we both have pretty good range and ability to farm minions without actually taking damage from each other. So there's not a lot of pressure in that sense. But I'm doing my best to kind of get in there and shoot it with Glitter Lance. It's a little bit harder than I thought it was to land Glitter Lance consistently. Because I feel like every time I play against another enemy Lulu, seems like, ah man, that thing is so easy to land. They always hit me with Glitter Lance. But in this case, I realized it wasn't super easy. Okay, Burning Garria did pop the flash. That is an effective gank. We got her to pop her flash and run away. She's a little bit low life, so she will be bullied if she comes back to the lane. And I'll definitely see to that. Now, we could contest this dragon. Oh my god, that is not good. We have Eve flashing in. That was a good flash from our Xin Zhao. He gets over the wall and keeps it safe. So I'm going to stay in the back. I'm a little bit low life myself. I'm going to see if I can just play support. Now, that's the other thing. Oh my god. That was so close. If I got the kill, that would be great. Oh my goodness, my ultimate came up. I thought I was gonna, not get her, but she actually ran back up the bush and put herself in a bad spot. Lucian gets the kill onto our Kennen, and I wasn't able to finish things up. I did go down. Wait, no I didn't. I'm retarded. Okay, I walked around. I saw one of them die, and I thought it was me. We actually did a really good job there in that fight. Actually, got 4 kills, and Kennen was the only one to die. So the thing that's throwing me off right now is the fact that we are red, and I'm always used to seeing red as the enemy team. So I don't know. I keep thinking that every time I see whatever. In any case, we are doing quite nice here. All right, let's go ahead and speed it up as I'm running back to lane. As you can see, I actually went back and picked myself up a needlessly large rod. My Fiends has been built up. So I'm actually really strong right now, especially compared to what items Orianna has, because she just has well, I don't know, she does have a Sork boot, so we're fairly even. I'm actually getting beasted. I thought I could duel her straight up from full health, but I did not. I did not take into account how much damage that Orianna can do, and I should have done that. Where my strength lies is kind of poking down a little bit and then baiting people when I know that I can kill them and they're maybe a little bit lower health and they want to chase me. Down on the bottom lane, we're actually getting dove onto our backside here, and this is looking pretty unfortunate. Kennen tries to run in, gets binded, so that is not looking good. He does have his ultimate up. He might get a stun. He's just out of range. It's not going to happen. I'm trying to speed him up. He gets binded again, but if I can cut them off, since they actually ran down, I will be able to run over the left, and that's the best way to do it, is if you can cut them off, then there's no way they can escape from you. So if they really wanted to get away, they needed to stay away from that bush and run as far down this direction so that I couldn't use math against them. That's basically what happened. I used math against him. I was like, well, there's less distance from here than chasing through the bush, and that's where they made their mistake. And so definitely keep that in mind. If you're playing this game and you're running away from people, don't run the longer way when they can cut you off. All right, Xin Zhao down here really being a punk to this Evelyn. Just crushed him, and I was able to go in there, grab the kill for myself, so that is an assist for him, kill for me. Looking very nice at this point. I'm sitting at 6 kills. AP Lulu, like I said, is really strong. I may not be playing her technically as well as LCS Pro, but her kit is strong enough that it's forgiving enough. So even though I don't have that experience, I understand how to play her. You put shields on your allies who are getting focused or yourself. You throw an ultimate on whoever's getting focused or is about to die, or is in the middle of someone and you want to slow them. And overall, it works extremely well. And then the last thing, skill-wise, that you need to do is just land your glitter lance and decide between either boosting speed or turning the enemies into little critters. And I think, for the most part, turning enemies into critters is probably the best bet. The only time I really should be using the speed boost is whenever I want to run up into a fight faster to throw out a glitter lance for some harass, or if I just really need to escape quicker, that sort of thing. So I got binded there, not a big deal. We are going to be trying to fight them in a weird spot, honestly, because there is, well, I guess we're fighting for the pink ward. We're trying to keep that pink ward alive. There's no dragon, at least not yet, so we're going to be chasing in here. Kennen goes in, is trying to get his stun off, doesn't quite get it yet, and there's the ultimate coming in from Lucian. Not going to be enough, as I am able to finish off. That was unfortunate. I was able to finish one of them off, but over the wall, Gragas got destroyed, and now Lucian shuts me down. Ouch. So what looked like a pretty good fight turned out around against us, and now that's two of us sitting in the graveyard. Kennen wants to push up this front line, so let's see how far he can get. We do have that pink ward still waiting in that bush. I love it. It's got 1 health bar remaining on it, and it's been sitting there for at least 10 minutes or so, I think. I don't know, I haven't looked. I didn't see when I put that on there. So I think the top laner or the jungler should definitely be placing a pink ward in this bush right here, and that's going to stay there probably even longer because everyone comes over here to vie for dragon control. So there's really no reason to not have a pink ward in that bush right there. But over here we have Xin Zhao just being a complete beast. And let's take a look at his build. He's got nothing crazy, just a Madred's, Vamp, and a Phage. So even without many damage items, Xin Zhao is just a crazy damage threat, as you can see. And that's the way it's always been. So I'm hoping that he does get a little bit tankier later on in the game. We are going to need that tankiness, especially as Nasus gets in there and starts two-shotting people, because he is farming just superb. He's got 426 damage from his Siphoning Strike. This is looking bad. I think Kennen, if you know, he gets in there and engages on him, it could turn out quite bad. And as you know, as this is a game about Lulu, I'm not talking about myself, but essentially I'm just sitting there in the mid farming. All right, it is time for us to group back up as we have dragon control. That's a weird spot for a pink because it's easy to spot and kill. I had to flash out of there. I thought I was in a really bad position. I probably would have died if I didn't flash there, but I also didn't want to take any damage because I still want to be able to stay in this fight and, you know, take control of this dragon area. If we can get back in there and stay grouped, well, Devlin got low, got poked down just a bit. If we can group up, we might be able to win this, but it's just taking too long. So blue team does take dragon, not able to stop that, and I got screwed. Yep, I got screwed so bad. Nasus came over the wall. I didn't see him there, so he got a slow onto me, allowing the Morgana to hit me with a binding, and overall just gave up a free kill, pretty much. That's what it feels like. And not on top of that, damn, so they get a dragon, get a free kill onto me, and they take our mid turret. That's really bad. Overall, we are still even. The game is pretty even, regardless of what's been happening. We did have a sketchy early game, but hopefully we can hold this off. That was a great barrel, kind of locking down several of them into easy timing games. Ultimate, he uses his Zanyas to stay alive, and Morgana does go down. I think that he will die for it. So I am guessing that is not going to turn out well. We've already lost 2 people and our turret even. And that's 3 down. Orianna shuts down the Xin Zhao, who almost kills Lucian, but it's just not enough. And so that was extremely bad. It went from me dying to us losing a turret and 3 people. Now, luckily for me, I don't know why, but this nasty... Holy crap, he's so strong. He had no life. And he started crushing me. I actually used my ultimate because I wanted to make sure he was slowed down and didn't run away. I definitely could have survived that without it. But, you know, whatever. Do what you gotta do. The ultimate is not that long of a cooldown, really. I mean, it's a decent cooldown. But it doesn't... It'll be up before the next fight, honestly. Okay, we are sitting at 26 minutes, getting close to that late game where we'll probably start to fight over Barons now instead of Dragons, or both, I should say. So laning phase has come to an end. Both teams has cleaned up the turrets in the front, and I'm going to do my best to just kind of shove out that mid lane as much as possible so we hold onto as much vision as possible. We need to get these wards out on this side, and I just saw Morgana. Wanted to make sure I got out of there. Kind of juked over to the right so I didn't get hit by a binding if she tried that. But we are going to go up for that Nasus. He is being really cocky up there in the top lane, and there it is. 4 versus 1. Yay, we win! Now, as long as we don't lose this mid turret, it will not be worth it if we lose a mid turret just for that 1 kill. So they are not able to shove. We have Gragas coming in here and just kind of holding the creeps off. So good job, Mr. Graggy. And Xin Zhao going off alone again. This is probably not the best situation, but we are defending this bottom turret. It's going to be a 3v4, hopefully not a 3v5. I'm going to come in here and see what damage I can do, but I got zoned out just a little bit by Orianna, and we have an ultimate coming in. Dr. Major just might get the stun. Nope, no stun for you. Tristana with the double kill, and there is the triple, or maybe I got that kill. Either way, we got 3 kills onto them. They did take our turrets, so that sucks. We didn't actually defend the turrets, and we did lose 1 person. So 1 turret and 1 kill for 3. I'd say that basically went even, sort of. And up here, Nasus is showing his strength as he's taken out our really powerful Xin Zhao. And that's a shutdown onto Orianna somewhere else on the map. So that was actually where I was fighting. We'll look at that in just a second. I got to the point to where I just wanted to watch what's happening here. Maybe he can actually get away. Oh no, that last bit of damage. The Spirit Fire was enough to finish him off. Luckily, Kennen gets the kill, so let's just jump back a second. I wanted to see what exactly happened over here. Oh, this was a great fight. I'm glad I decided to look at this. All right, so I was backing, but oh my goodness, the Orianna saw me, almost destroyed me. I used my ultimate and knocked her up with that, as well as my shield. Just barely got the kill. She failed her flash. I actually failed my flash too, because I was so afraid. I was in the shop window, which is a terrible idea, by the way. I was in the shop window, and I just started getting bursted. I was like, what the heck is happening? And panic ulted and flashed it, and it worked out. We got the kill. So let's speed it back up while we're waiting for me to revive. And I'll try and focus more on myself anyways, because this is a Lulu commentary. So here we are, Rabadon's Death Cap, Void Staff, Athene's Unholy Grail. We are in late game action. It could come down to just a couple more team fights, as that is what is going to determine. So now my pink ward is going to be sitting in the Baron area. We also have another pink ward. Hey, I was able to convince them to do the same strategy. We still have room for 3 more, so I could definitely use some more pink wards, but that's good for now. We are going to be shoving up, trying to take out this mid turret, and I think we might just have it. Oh, that's not a good binding. Sorry, that is a good binding. It's not good for us. It was good for them. Not good to get hit by those bindings underneath the turret, Miss Tristana. Be careful, please. And Lucian very scary at this moment. He does not have any attack speed though, so I'm not sure how that's going to work out. He really could use some attack speed. I think that if he had a static shift, he'd be a little bit more threatening to us, as our Tristana does have her Phantom Dancer and Infinity Edge, so she's very scary. Looks like that is going to be a dead Lucian. Really good job for Xin Zhao. He was kind of cut out of position. Not the best spot for him to be in. And a flash is burned onto the Morgana. So we are in a really powerful situation. They have not many resources to defend their mid turret. If we all group up, we should be able to push this effectively, since their Lucian is dead and one of their flashes has been burned. But they are doing a good job of defending the minions. We don't want to face tank that underneath the turret where everyone is there defending, so we actually will not be getting that turret, unfortunately. So we have our Tristana going back. We're going to need to keep that in mind, although we do want to get these kills. Playing a little bit greedy, jumping up into their jungle, trying to keep some vision and, you know, just control the vision. If you can control the vision, you can control the game, and you will win in most situations where you control the map vision, because what you can do is you can respond to situations much easier. You can see when people are roaming, and you can you know, you can respond to it quicker. Whereas the people who have the vision control, they will be able to group up and do uneven ganks that have no, you know, no counterplay. Now, Toy Watch really out of position, kind of pushing in on his own without any of us there to help him out, so that was not the best play on his part. We really need a group at this point. Anytime around 30 minutes that you're running off on your own and you don't know exactly where they're at, you're gonna probably be at a very high risk to get your team in a bad situation. Now, Burning Diarrhea was doing a bad play as well, in my opinion, but luckily he's strong enough he was able to duel the Orianna, so his bad play was matched by hers. Unfortunately, Lucian came in there. We are going to get the kill on him if we can just get in range. I'm going to try and get that slow onto him. Going to keep doing the auto attack, ultimate onto myself to keep myself alive while taking the turret, and unfortunately we are still doing this kind of play where we're all just fighting 1 versus 1 or 2 versus 1, and we're getting caught out. Definitely goes down to the turret slash jungler, and this is actually a good time for Nasus to be split pushing. Luckily, we have so much damage that we did shove him out. But yeah, with us kind of running around doing these small duels and just playing it even, if Nasus keeps on split pushing, he'll probably catch us off guard once and just take down our inhibitor. So we really do need to group up at this point and win a team fight. I think we have a better team fight situation. We've got the Kinnan, we've got myself, we have Gragas for that disengage or potential engage. Now you can argue the same thing. They have Evelyn with her ultimate on top of Orianna's ultimate. Oof, that will crush. So I think it actually is going to just come down to who has a better engage. If we can catch somebody off and then go 5v4, that's going to work out. Down on the bottom, we have Nasus chasing out Xin Zhao, but I'm going to look at myself over here because we have a full-on fight. I'm going to do my best to actually catch out the Morgana. So the same thing Easy Timing Games was thinking, but it just didn't work out. And so things are looking really bad. Tristana gets murdered by the Nasus, and I'm actually looking to help out this fight as much as possible. Our Xin Zhao is really low. We're not winning this fight, so I ultimate Kinnan to try and keep him alive. And as you can see, we are just getting murdered. There's one auto attack, there's auto attack reset, and Nasus is huge. So we have to get out of there. Kinnan at least stays alive. We keep him up. And I don't know if Xin Zhao will get out of there. Hopefully he gets out. Looks like he's super brave. He goes straight for the Wraith and then he's fine. And since Xin Zhao has been kind of split pushing on his own, he's able to take this inhibitor down. And we know that they are trying to solo this Baron, which is weird. We have a ward, and Nasus is soloing Baron. At the same time, our Xin Zhao is actually soloing their inhibitor, which I think is a little bit better for us. We have their inhibitor. Even if they get Baron, we just need to defend. Down goes Xin Zhao. Worth it. They're still soloing this Baron. Now they have Dr. Major, but I think we can get there in time. We've got Easy Timing Games. Does he have his ultimate? He does. No flash, so he's going to have to walk in. Oh, that is not good. He really needed to wait for us to get in there before going in on that. His Zon just keeps him alive for a little bit, but not long enough. It does delay it, and unfortunately, they do take Baron. So it looked like our Tristana was actually helping them. Oh no, Tristana, why'd you help them get Baron? And then she dies. So that was a really bad trade for us. It could have gone so much better if we had just waited a little bit longer, grouped up, and gone in as a team. I think we could have definitely stopped that Baron. But instead, Tristana kind of auto-attacked it from the backside to try and take it, and just gave it to them quicker, allowing them to turn around on us. Now, the other thing was that we got the inhibitor, so they are kind of on the defensive. So even though they have Baron, and it's going to be hard for us to engage them at this point, we have a chance to kind of just farm up and regroup. So this is going to look good if we can actually get some vision control while they're defending the minions at their base. Oh, this is good. We actually caught them doing the dragon. And here we go, Tristana doing big auto attacks. We have Easy Timing coming in, but he is going to be stopped by Orianna's ultimate and binding to the face. Not looking good. He might go down there, but he was able to jump back. Toy Watch in the front line was not able to stay alive because Lucian's damage is starting to get really insane. He did pick up a Last Whisper and a Blade of the Rune King. He is very powerful. Double kill for Lucian, though, as he runs back in there and is just murdering folks. This is looking scary. I was able to flash over the wall. I kept myself alive, and unfortunately, that fight did not go in our favor. I thought we caught them out in a great spot. They had other plans. So they are quite ahead on gold. However, with the inhibitor down, I think that we have a strong chance of still winning this, and I made the wrong play. So I was being greedy. I stayed in to farm those minions. And of course, Lucian just walks around the backside and auto-attacks me for the win. I'm actually very scared of Lucian right now. Here comes Burning Garria trying to solo him down, but Blade of the Ruined King is going to allow him to just get that extra bit of kiting that he needs. Down goes the Zinzhao. And they might actually take our turret here. I'm not sure. Yeah, Lucian is a monster at this moment. As you can see, he's at 18 kills. He is their entire team. If we can murder Lucian, or if I can keep my Tristana alive long enough, we can probably win the game. If not, then they are just going to walk all over us. Not only that, but Nasus is a huge threat in team fights. You can see at this moment, he's got 780 built up on his Siphoning Strike. So he is going to just crush faces. Without a doubt, he's going to crush faces. This game is going to come down to one team fight. I think the next person to get a team fight is going to have a massive advantage. I don't know if they'll be able to end it on the next team fight, but potentially, because we're so late, 41 minutes, we can almost just walk in and face tank all the turrets and win the game if we're able to push in fast enough. Now, the lanes are starting to even up, so I think it's anyone's game right now. We're going to have to just wait and see what happens. We are losing out on the vision control. We have no vision. We've been fighting so much and dying so much, we haven't taken the time to actually put out wards. There's one ward. That's going to help us out slightly. We can see who's coming around that other side. But we need to get some more wards down. We got one right there. So we're slowly getting to where we need to be, but it could be a really bad situation if somebody gets caught out. All right, I'm going to be running around, doing my best to watch people. I've got my Zhonya's to keep myself alive. Kennen comes in, thinking he's going to get them caught. He's actually really low. I was able to get the ultimate in. The shield keeps him alive just barely. He stays alive. We get the kill onto 3 of them. Lucian going down. Evelyn dies, and there's 2 remaining. We have everyone ready to go as we tell Kennen to go back. So Kennen goes back, and there's the Zhonya's. Not going to save her as I get the kill onto the Orianna, and that's probably GG right there. So AP Lulu, game changer, even though we pretty much should have lost that because they bursted everything onto Kennen. I was able to get in just in the right time, throw on the ultimate, and the shield. He stayed alive, and we turned the game around just like that. And that was a really bad situation. They were quite a bit ahead, but it all comes down to just that one great play that will end the game. And as you can see, even as strong as Nasus is, he just can't stop our push, and that's the game. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Colby Cheese, and this was a lot of fun, as always, so be sure to subscribe and hang out with me next time on the next episode of League of Legends. Peace out, bros.